Hey guys, welcome to the POS Podcast. For the first time streaming on YouTube. Hooray.
Yeah! My man.
Unfortunately, again, we do not have webcams because I still can't log into Skype for whatever reason. It's just does not want to work for me, so I can't
Skype
show.
is going against everyone because everyone's switching to Discord. So Skype's like, fine, fuck all of you. We don't want you. Get the fuck out. No, you can't. No.
Yeah, they're not even like fighting for it. It's awful.
Yeah,
They're awful.
They're just like, this was the day. Day and all days. This has finally come.
yeah.
They're just embracing death now.
There's the 5 steps of like coming to terms.
So until like Discord has like some video chat feature that they add, which they might in the future. They've added a whole bunch of stuff recently, so I'm hoping they do that. So when that happens, we'll have webcams again. Or we do.
Funny
Huh?
is it Skype and like Discord? You know, even when you log into Discord and it's just like you can integrate your Skype friends now, and I'm just like, what's Skype doing? Getting all buddy.
Just like live support.
Yeah, they're just like, we need to stay alive. Discord. If we give you this feature that allows them to add friends from their Skype, it's like they're shooting themselves even more.
Yeah.
They're just like, yes, please leave.
Yeah, unless we do like a Google Hangout or something, but nobody wants that.
What the fuck is a Google Hangout?
Because
How
I know
many times have we
those still
done Google
work.
Hangout?
I don't know.
I want to say like we've done Google Hangout maybe like 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it for like business meetings or stuff. Let's do Google Hangout. But I don't do it anymore. Just come to Discord. All right, let's just get this over with.
Yeah.
Let's stop bullshitting ourselves.
So, how have you guys been for the past week or so?
Oh, by the way, Jim's not here tonight.
Yeah,
Neither is Tom.
neither is Tom, but we do have Matt, our friend Matt, with us.
Yep, because I am the value of 2 better people. That makes me excellent.
Amazing.
It makes me amazing.
Well,
So let's start with you, Saber. How has your week been?
Doing just fine. Kicking it off with chores and working on a video that I'm trying to get out on Friday called Steven Universe versus Social Norms. Excited about that one. We'll see how it goes.
I have
how about
Steven.
you, Matt? You do?
I mean, I have Steven. I have Steven Universe related news later, but yeah.
How are you guys doing?
All right. Felt a bit.
You felt a bit what?
I didn't know who was going first. This is the problem with not having webcams.
Yes, you go, and then I'll...
Webcams wouldn't have helped.
My
You know
news is
that.
very underwhelming. I'll
Yeah.
go last.
No,
So you go.
no, mine was pretty underwhelming too because I was just gonna say I was feeling nauseous last night before I got off work.
Oh yeah, that is pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, and the thing is, like,
Be careful, Paley. You might start a hashtag.
my last delivery too was these 2 ham and pineapple pizzas, and the smell was just like, oh, that's making me even more nauseous.
What did you mean by that, Saber? Like,
You're gonna
start a trend. You're going to make people on Twitter start using it for its original intended purpose in the first place. My butt itches. Like,
Why is paleo poop on the trend inside of my...
paleo nausea. And then like everybody who's like part of the paleo diet is just like, oh no, you must be doing it wrong.
It's
just
not-
like-
Oh my god,
It's like
no,
open
please.
rebellion where they're like, apparently the paleo diet has led to massive food poisoning outbreaks. What?
Some kind of a weird paleo diet conspiracy scare just because you were like, I'm nauseous.
It like crashes the food like market or something.
Oh my god.
All because the paleo had the squirts.
Ew.
Speaking of squirts, let's talk about some children cartoon movies.
Do it.
I gotta say, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I mean, I'm not sure what kind of particular order you want to go in, but I saw another trailer for Trolls. It looks really good.
Oh yeah, I didn't put the thing in for that, but we can talk about it anyway.
I did see the trailer for that as
I'm
well.
not gonna. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I love the visuals. It looks so. I don't know. I think this might be one of those like underdog movies where it's like, bam, we actually have. This was bad advertising initially.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it's going against Doctor Strange that weekend, so I'm not sure how well it's going to do against a Marvel movie.
Yeah, but
I'm sure it'll do fine. I mean, like, you're gonna have the comic fan base, the people who like really, or just the people who want to see like the Marvel Universe characters in a movie. You're gonna have all of them that go see the movie, and you have all the little kids do that as well. But I mean, you're also going to have like the parents who are just like minions, me, and they're all gonna go and see this troll.
I was surprised when I went to go see Captain America: Civil War. There was this kid that was like excited for the Doctor Strange trailer. Like he was like maybe like 8 or 10, and like he like knew all the characters' names. I was like, whoa! I didn't know you were that into like Marvel. I didn't know like little kids were like super into like all the superhero stuff. So
I don't know. Children nowadays are being born with like larger brain capacity, so it's just like every time you meet a child, you're like, oh, you're probably just as retarded as I was when I was 5 years old. And the kid's just like giving you a recipe on how to cook some fucking ridiculous shit. And then you're just like, oh, okay. And then they're just like, oh yeah, and I built all this stuff in Minecraft and it's amazing. And you're just like, get away.
Yeah.
Your Minecraft powers. It intimidates me.
All right. Any other thing before we get started? About.
I can't wait for all the troll porn.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm sure it's already there.
Do you remember the like Gem Master or whatever their show was called? That was like boy trolls.
Trunks.
No.
I do not know what you speak of.
No, it's this
If
cartoon.
you want the boys' hole, you gotta have pay the troll toll.
Crap! It was based on the Troll Dolls. I forgot what the name of the.
I know. It's called like Crystal Gems or something like that. I forget.
Yeah, crap. The Crystal Gems. Wow.
Yeah, you
the original Steven Universe.
Autism Universe.
God damn! I can't remember the name of that show. It was like Stone Protectors. Thank you, chat.
Sounds like some kind of like medical device to protect kidney stones.
Well, you're right. But yeah, Stone Protectors. I remember like seeing a special for this. Here, I'll show you guys an image. It's like the most 90s looking thing.
Stone Protectors, Stone Protectors.
Yeah, here it is.
Because
I remember there was like a special on it on like ABC or something. Stone Protectors. They look so weird. It was like when everybody was trying to copy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get started. If you want to ask us questions on Twitter, our Twitter handles are there, so you're going to ask us questions. Whoops! I accidentally have Tom's Twitter handle still on here, not Saber's. Sorry, Saber.
Everybody send questions to Tom anyway. Like, why aren't you here? You're a piece of shit. You don't abide by any of your obligations. You're worthless. Things like that. Tell them I sent you. Tell them I sent you.
Wow.
Okay. The guy who's the senior vice president, apparently, Chris Metzen, like one of the main guys of Blizzard, like of Warcraft and Diablo and all stuff, just announced his retirement today.
Really?
That's interesting. I kind of wonder if that's indicative of Legion for some reason.
Huh. Just like, well, I've made money.
That's it, guys. Just pack it up.
All right. First thing, let's talk about the iPhone 7.
Garbage.
I saw this coming.
Yeah, so they made the incredible decision to remove a headphone jack from the phone.
Yep.
I say let's go further. Remove the mouthpiece.
See, I don't know. I just don't know what their intentions were behind in removing the 3.5 millimeter jack. Like the thing with me and this kind of thing is that like the 3.5 millimeter jack isn't something that is phasing out. It's not like an old technology. I mean, well, it is, but it's not a useless technology. Everything's still used. Like anything from audio engineering standpoints, from cars to regular consumer appliances. Like the 3.5 millimeter jack is literally found on everything. So I understand that maybe Apple's just like, oh, we'll be the front, we'll be the front of this new sort of, I don't want to call it a trend, but like, they want to be the start of this new innovation, even though, it's not really an innovation because all you've really done is take something away. So, and you see, my bigger question is now, like, I've never really liked iPhone earbuds to begin with. Even these newer ones, I think, they've never fit right in my ears. Like, the right one always falls out more than the left one. I don't know, maybe my ears are fucked up. But anyway, I've never thought that they sounded particularly good to begin with. And I was looking at the earphones that they provided, the ones that I guess either come with it or you have to buy them separately.
The ones that you'll lose down a storm drain.
Right, the ones that you'll lose, exactly. That was my biggest gripe with it. Is it's like they're two small pieces, and I'm thinking to myself, you can totally just lose one of those. And the moment you lose one of those, that it just becomes useless. So not only is that like a factor, the fact that you would lose these pieces, but like they're insanely breakable. And is there going to be any variety?
They threw it in reverse, all right? Let me explain. This is Apple's way of trying to, like, traverse, quote-unquote, new technology. Like, what if we go ahead and corner the market and start developing these wireless headphones? And this is just a gambit to sell more accessories, like the little add-on for auxiliary. Well, it's like, what the fuck? Just, why are you making this? Why have that add-on when you just make a default? Like, this is just a way to make money. It's just a way for them to quote unquote upgrade and get some more cash. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb.
I want to give them a little more credit than that though, because like Apple really knows their consumer market, and I think they're smarter than that than to just assume that people are going to buy these expensive headphones, because not everybody right now has money. So, why would we go out of the way to buy these expensive headphones where if the phone had a 3.5 millimeter jack, we could just simply go, oh, well, I'm just going to buy these cheaper headphones, or, oh, I already have a really good pair of headphones. It's forcing people to buy something, and that's what's turning people off about it. The fact that there is going to be an added accessory that they otherwise probably already had that they now have to get again. And again, it's the same situation where like, oh, well, what if they break? Or what if you lose them? Or what if I don't fucking like these earbuds? You really have no variety. Like, I mean, unless you just want to use a Bluetooth headset, which I'm sure the phone will have. But again, not everybody buys a Bluetooth headset. So, like, they're trying to go, they're really trying to sell this whole wireless notion. They're just like, everything's going to be wireless now. But, like, I don't know. I don't think personally that was a smart move, because now every other piece of competition out there is going to really capitalize on that. And there are companies that have done this before where they've mocked Apple for doing something in a commercial, and I guarantee you that a new phone's going to come out and they're just not even going to think about it.
But there are many times
3.5 millimeter jack in there, and they're just going to make fun of it.
Dude, listen, but there's also many times where companies have also tried to do this and have failed massively. Like, just roll these things out that they're like, oh, this looks like garbage, and lo and behold, so it is.
Sure. I mean, listen, I'm not saying that they're going to be successful. I'm just saying that they're going to mock them.
Well, they have brand, like, people who are, what's the word I'm looking for? Brand loyalty. So I'm sure they'll be fine. But it's just kind of a step backwards for now. That's how I see it. I mean, I like to eat my words, but whatever. We'll see what happens.
They're delicious.
Let people, let the like, electronic junkies go for it first, and I'll check out it later.
It also, like, raises other questions, though. Like, I mean, aside from just the fact that the phone is, just stupid. But, like, for all the benefits that it does have, and, and taking those big step back. But, like, I think the bigger thing is, like, as you said, like, they're trying to deviate from the norm, and they're trying to, take away something and say that it's new.
It takes courage, Matt. It takes courage.
It takes courage, right? But you see, I think what they're trying to say is that they can't come up with anything better, so that they are taking it this stuff way, and it really leaves, really begs the question, like, if Steve Jobs were actually still alive now, would he have made this similar decision? Because, I mean, I hate to sound like, Steve Jobs faggot, but, like, I don't think he would have. Only because I think he had a bigger understanding than that. I don't think he tried to take things away. I think he tried to make them better. Then again, I mean, this is going on a whole different topic. But anyway, iPhone 7, I don't think it looks great. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people who are going to buy it, and I'm sure I'm going to see it in public. But I personally don't think it's all that great. Anyway.
Yeah. So that's all thoughts on iPhone 7?
Yep.
Headphone? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never owned any Apple product, so I don't care. Next thing. Super Mario Run. That was another thing that was announced. I think it was part of.
What was it about? I saw Nintendo trending with iTunes or Apple or whatever.
Well, Super Mario Run is going to be Nintendo's next mobile game that they're making, and it's the game that everybody thought was going to be the first one that they were going to make, which is basically like this runner with Mario. And because the first game they came out with was Miitomo, which was this weird spin-off thing of Tomodachi Life, and then the second one was Pokemon Go, which was a huge success. And now the third one's going to be the Super Mario Run, which is basically a very basic sort of platformer, where it's a Mario just running, and then you like press buttons to make him go on platforms and whatever. And that's pretty much what everybody thought Nintendo was going to come out with first, but it's the third game that they're having on mobile. So, interesting. I think people are still going to play it, though, because it's going to be like a free-to-play type of thing.
So does this game utilize, like, the same sort of camera, like, technology where, like...
No, not like Pokemon Go. It's more of, like, a basic sort of runner platformer where you just...
So it's just a game.
Yeah, it's just a game. Pretty much.
Okay. Alright, so there's really no gimmick behind it. I have lost interest!
Yeah. Like I said, it's what people expected Nintendo to come out with first. But then they just made something weird and out there with Miitomo, and then Pokemon Go, which a lot of people were excited about. So this is sort of like, I guess I'll play it if like I'm bored or something.
Well, I mean, if it's free to play.
Yeah.
Then it's Mario. Who the fuck doesn't like Mario?
Sonic fans.
Sonic fans, that's
All right, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. We only got a couple things of news because there wasn't really too much to go on the past couple weeks, and plus, I didn't really see any movies, and Jim's not here anyway. Next thing, this is some sad news. Amazing World of Gumball is ending in its next season.
Yeah,
it's funny they have like a spinoff called The Incredible World of Darwin. Mad props to that show. Completely, in a way, unappreciated. But it went very unappreciated, even to this day, I think. Yeah, I feel like it deserved a lot more attention, and I feel bad because like it's like one of those shows where when I see it, I'm like, wow, this is a really freaking good show, but I don't keep up with it enough or talk about it enough, and just as far as creativity goes, they like are right up there with Wonder Over Yonder, if not like surpassing it with how they like present their visuals and characters and different art styles. So like, well done. That was a really good show.
Yeah,
it's a fantastic show. I think like it did a lot to point out like very current sort of issues that are faced with even like today's youth and like even like adults and whatnot. They make light of silly issues like that, and the cartoon and the characters themselves seem very self-aware of that thing, and like that's what made it really interesting. And in a way, I think that may have been what made it so well. It's definitely what made it so underappreciated, but I think the reason why I don't think it retained any real attention from a bigger fan base is because it lacked that sort of overarching lore, I guess you could say. Like, it didn't have a story. It was always like, the episode had a story, and that was it. but there wasn't a grand story or something building up to something. It was a very mono episode kind of deal.
Yeah, it's very slice of life.
Happens, right? Exactly. Very slice of life. You have one episode, something happens. You're following a bunch of kids around that do some funny
which
things.
I think was something that was missing. The Cartoon Network was missing for a while because they had like Adventure Time, and Adventure Time tried to do their thing with the arcs, which there was actually a video by Jello Apocalypse, I think, recently made a video on Adventure Time, and it's one of his like summaries of like, this is basically Adventure Time, and he says like he explains a lot of things that are kind of wrong with Adventure Time as far as like the story arcs, and that they don't really complete them. And regular show has story arcs, but they're actually completed. And then let's see, Steven Universe obviously has a huge story arc with it.
Right, very big story.
But Gumball just didn't. Yeah, Gumball just didn't really have that, other than like Gumball and his girlfriend, pretty much. That's pretty much all there was for any kind of big story arc.
Right.
But other than that, yeah, it's very slice of life, and all the episodes are pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
So I do enjoy it, and a lot of things like are just completely insane that happen into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely is a great show, and as Saber said earlier, definitely went underappreciated even by me. So
yeah,
it's just so bizarre. Like, I mean, like you said, the themes of the show, the jokes, I mean, it's always been so sharp and clever, and there's massive tip of the hat to them for always keeping it fresh. Like the episode when the voice actors are going to be rotated in and out. Like they get so meta with it, and I think it's hilarious. Like
you're absolutely
well done to them.
Like you're definitely absolutely right about that meta point. Like especially in the episode where they had like no money and they were offering a commercial at the fast food restaurant, and they were just like, no, we're not going to do that, and the budget of the cartoon kept getting cut more and more to the point where they were just like frame sketching.
Yeah, it was great. Like Gumball, like everybody got back to normal, and then Gumball was like, I don't know, should I take the money? And he's just like a post-it note.
Right, he's a post-it note because he's the only one who hasn't conformed to it yet.
And then you've got this insane anime like sequence in a recent episode it's just like all these homages that they paid towards other types of animation.
Yeah,
just mad props, and I hope that kind of creativity doesn't go unnoticed. Like I hope that some other shows watch that and they want to do the same thing, because it's very much so like refreshing and needed.
It's an example to follow, absolutely. I really did, and like I think one of us was saying it the other day, one of you guys anyway, but like it's the thing with this particular cartoon is that it at its foundation, I hope there are other shows that are inspired by it, but as a cartoon, visually speaking, it's almost impossible to replicate because it has so many different styles of animation in it.
It was so raw.
Yeah, it's really raw, and to replicate something like that exactly would be almost to just rip off of the show itself.
You mean like the Chinese cartoon that was made?
Yeah, that was
like a blatant rip off of Gumball.
That was a carbon copy.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Jim about this last night and some other friends. What makes Cartoon Network? What gave them an edge from 2010 onward until about now? Is it's not just one show. It wasn't just regular show. It wasn't just Adventure Time. It was this ensemble of cartoons that are quite different from each other. The happy-go-lucky slice of life of Clarence, the chillness of We Bare Bears, the wackiness, but also at times serious like tone of Adventure Time, and of course Steven Universe being a good deep story of like it's almost like this fantasy crusade, and it takes many forms of quality for Cartoon Network, and they have their shit shows too. Little Grandpa, but I feel overall they did a good job having an amazing lineup for these last half decade, and now I'm kind of scared because I don't really see anything too promising on the horizon. I'm like, no, don't let this be the end. Keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is Uncle Grandpa even still a thing?
It's over.
It is. Oh, okay, that ended fast.
At least, I mean, can you confirm that? I thought it was like announced.
Yeah. Let's see. Because
I've been told
think...
yes and no, but I'm quite certain it's not coming back.
Yeah. Let's see.
That show.
I think like the fourth episode is the last. Oh, fourth episode. Fourth season. Oh no, wait. It says. Okay, yeah, the 5th season is going to be its final season. That's still that's still a pretty good run.
That is actually a really good run.
Well, that show even has its moments, and so does Teen Titans Go. Even Powerpuff Girls now.
See now,
I'm serious.
The new one.
I am still one of the very few, okay, who actually thinks Uncle Grandpa is kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it does have its fan base.
Like,
but it's the character, like the way I look. It's not appealing enough for a broad audience. It's too.
Sure, but I guess that's the reason why I kind of like it. I mean, actually, it's funny. When I watched the pilot episode, I fell in love with it because I was like, "This is amazing." It brought me back to like the mid '90s, the early '90s, with like Ren and Stimpy and stuff like that. Because the animation in the first episode was exactly that. It was dirty. It had that sort of nasty humor to it, and it was so random, and it catered to that particular style of humor. And I was just like, this is great. There's fart jokes everywhere. Fucking Uncle Grandpa comes and starts disrupting everything, and he's just like, oh, I got an idea, it's gonna fix everything, and it ruins everything. I genuinely thought it was great at that point. When they changed up the animation style to almost like adapt to a Flash animation style, I kind of found it a little uncanny. They still had the same sort of writing, which I thought was funny. But once they changed the animation up and he looked a little more blocky, I was like, eh. And I'm pretty sure they did that just from a production standpoint because, frame by frame animations just cost so much more money and it takes longer. So they just wanted Uncle Grandpa to just keep shitting out episodes. But aside from that, I thought it had a lot of potential. I didn't really watch many episodes after the first couple of ones that I've watched, but and even with that really weird Steven Universe Uncle Grandpa crossover, which I thought was really strange.
Yeah.
That I didn't really appreciate.
The YouTube poops that came from were glorious.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was great. It was great material for YouTube.
It got pretty meta, and I can appreciate that. But like, I felt it was I got a SpongeBob SquarePants vibe from it. Which is funny because he's the voice of Patrick. Whatever. It tried. I give it credit for at least trying. There are many shows out there that just kind of and they fall on their face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of Cartoon Network, guess what's happening next year?
The Rapture.
Oh, I got it. I can guess. We talked about it. I'm raising my hand.
Matt, answer.
The Steven Universe Convention.
Yes.
What? I didn't know about this. Tell me more.
Apparently, there was I guess a Kickstarter or something, to make a Steven Universe Convention. Is going to happen next October, 2017.
I'm gonna go piss off so many people because I'm gonna dress up as Greg. And I'm going to have my girlfriend, if she wants to, dress up as the Mr. Girl, and we're going to walk around holding hands.
Oh my god. Hopefully the whole fandom has
every single pro cosplayer just tackles me.
And Saber, it's in Virginia Beach. It is 2.5 hours from me. You got to come up. We got to go.
You know what? I'm actually half tempted to go.
Yeah, like, it's so close.
When is it?
October 13th to 15th, 2017.
For you.
It's next year in October.
I'm gonna quote Batman, The Dark Knight Rises for that. It's so close for you. You're a big guy for you.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to go, especially for a specific like cartoon convention. Even though like we've kind of gone to some, because I know like as far as like conventions, because like the pony conventions, they sort of also go off the fact that there has been a fan base for the actual franchise since the 80s. But for this, it's like
This is the first of its kind of.
Yeah.
Western animation
Well,
has
not
been
not exactly. There actually was an Invader ZimCon, if you believe it or not.
Oh, there would be.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. Because I remember like reading about it. Yeah, there's like Invader Con or something. What that is. Apparently, there was a third one in 2014 in Austin, Texas. I had no idea. You guys there?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I had nothing to add, so it was quiet.
Yeah, sorry. For some reason, I smoke weed every day, so I started playing and I got distracted. Continue.
Yeah, I don't really hear about conventions that are for like specific cartoons that often.
Nah.
So-
You know, like, do you think that may have been, that may have more recently been a thing because of ponies, or do you think maybe that may have been a thing beforehand? I mean, I know, like, there have been other conventions for, like, other franchises, but...
Yeah. I don't know. Because I know there's been, like general sort of cartoon conventions. Like, there was this thing in, I believe, Connecticut, maybe? I can't remember if it was Connecticut. Somewhere in the Northeast. DrawnCon? Which is more of, like, a Western cartoon type, convention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's, the Northeastern University? Where's that? Oh, it's in Massachusetts. That's where it is.
So,
Yeah, because I think Tom was saying that he was going there that one year to DrawnCon. Because I think it like started off as sort of like a spinoff of a pony thing.
right. Yeah, I can see that happening. Just ponies and then...
Yeah,
just
which is what I imagine a lot of what the pony conventions will eventually spin off into, if they ever decide to do it.
Yeah.
Because one of them has to do it first.
Yeah. I don't know which one will. But in any case.
What's
Yeah.
next?
That's really all that I had for news stuff. So, if you guys want to go ahead and go to Q&A.
Oh, well, okay, let's do it.
All right. So if you want to ask us questions on Twitter, our Twitter handles are below. You can just ask us things there. And for the moment, I'm going to BRB and play a thing. So, be right back.
Finally, he's gone.
Yeah, finally he's gone. Let's answer the questions.
I hear you!
What a creep.
Alright, so let's take a look here. Alright, so first question from Drummer Shy. This will be a good one. Any thoughts on the national anthem stir up this week on football?
We're gonna get to it without Paleo, or we're gonna hold off for like a moment.
I mean, we can answer it. I mean, I'm sure we can answer long enough before Paley gets back asking his opinion.
Sure. All right. So the entire the guy not standing up for the national anthem deal.
Yeah, the football team not standing up for the national anthem and on September 11th.
He did that on September 11th.
I believe so.
So he did it yesterday. Did he play yesterday? I guess. Weird.
Let me look up the details because I did notice this as well on the news.
Listen, I feel that at some point you're just like, I don't know.
Okay,
how much of it is a genuine message to the people versus how much of it is a career agenda where this guy is trying to get some PR and attention. I don't know. I feel that give it a couple of weeks to be gone and no one's going to care. It's just current events and whatever. We're not going to see any real change come from this.
See, I don't think it's a big deal. And I mean, I guess anybody can hate me for this, but I was that kid in high school who never stood up for the national anthem, and my teachers would get so pissy at me for it. And I just never thought it was necessary. I always thought it was kind of, weird and in a way just like indoctrined to, this country's culture in a way, and I didn't like that, or the government really. So I didn't like standing up, having to always stand up and put my hand on my heart and pledge allegiance to the country. I always thought that was kind of stupid, especially with a lot of what was going on at the time that I never really agreed with. So it just seemed like very blind patriotism in a way, and I didn't like doing it. So
I do agree. I don't like speaking in unison with people. It kind of creeps me out.
Right.
But I also understand like tradition and respect. Like the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Like you better believe I'm gonna be very quiet and not do anything that would dare disrespect that tomb because it represents so much.
Right. I definitely see coming from with that.
Yeah, there's a difference. And for the national anthem, I will stand up because I do feel that I want to. First off, our country's not perfect. All right. By the way, for those who don't know, which most of y'all probably do know, we're Americans. We have a very patriotic country for the most part, and I will stand and pay my respects to people who died in the line of fire, and be like, yeah, our country's fucked up, but I will still stand by it because I think it's not like completely helpless. Versus, I pledge allegiance to the flag, because even off the bat, I pledge allegiance to the flag, not a poem that's been turned to a song, which you kind of just sing along and listen to. Like that's also a difference in my opinion. But hey, to each their own.
Right.
Did you start answering questions before me?
Well, we were just answering the anthem one.
Oh, okay.
But we figured that we can answer it long enough for you to get back. Anyway, but yeah, it's. I think what makes it such a sensitive topic at the moment is that, first off, this isn't in a classroom, so if somebody doesn't stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance, it isn't like a teacher has a little hissy fit and they're like, you're not fucking, the status quo. This is different. You have, a conjuration of a lot of people. This is like a national event in this country, this sport. So everyone's watching. So it's a lot more of a political statement than it would be for you to just sit down in a classroom and just simply be like, I'm not standing up for the national anthem. This is, you saying to everybody, your opinion on the matter. And, they have the opportunity at that moment to really clarify that statement to people and tell them like, oh, well, I'm not against our military and I'm not against our police force and blah, 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 but I'm against social injustice. See, the thing with that is that like, I don't know. It's because it's so close to a very sensitive time in our nation's history, that being September 11th, that this seems very distasteful. But at the same time, should that be a deterrent for protest and freedom of speech anyway? I think is like the argument that can be seen from this. Because it's just like, oh, you're doing it at a very sensitive time. This isn't right. It's just like, so what you're saying is that there is always this one day where everybody has to be unconditionally patriotic just because. So I think it just brings up all these arguments. This can go on for a long time, but my stance on it, I don't particularly care. And I mean, this is coming from me. I mean, I was in New York when all of this happened. So, I mean, it struck hard when I was a kid. It left a very big impression on me. But like, as far as like patriotism goes and standing up for the anthem, stuff like that, and at a football game, I don't know. I don't fucking care. I think whenever celebrities do something, everybody goes crazy. So whatever it does, I really don't give a shit.
And neither will the rest of the country after a couple of months. Who cares?
Pretty much.
Right.
Give it a month or so, and people will be like, "Who?" Because that's the thing about our country. We get upset. Rah, rah, nothing changes. We get upset. Rah, rah, nothing changes. We're very complacent people. Despite being loud, we're very complacent. No one really wants to make actual change. They just complain about it.
Mm-hmm. So, second question here is from DB18, I guess. Favorite Mario game that you'd recommend?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I recommend some Mario games. I personally like. What?
So you hear that, Matt? He glitched.
A little bit. It was like, oh, move it.
Maybe you. Well, anyway.
Yeah, be quiet.
Maybe you glitched on your end, but the chat is hearing me.
Yeah, tell me my Mario games, man.
The chat is hearing me from my microphone, so they don't hear a glitch.
How embarrassing.
So, Mario games.
Anyway, I'm personally in favor of like 3D Marios other than 2D Marios. I do like 2D Marios, but I like 3D Marios better. Like 64 and the Galaxy games, I really like. So I'd recommend those.
Mm-hmm. I don't have a preference. I haven't played enough Mario games. I like Mario Kart.
I love Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart for me
it's
is
so
like
simple and easy and fun to play.
Yep, and I will say the past Mario parties for me are a lot more fun than the more newer recent ones.
Yeah, the recent ones add really stupid changes.
Right. So like Mario Party 2 and Mario Party 3, like those two,
Yeah.
I think in my opinion were the last good ones. So I like Mario Party, if we're talking about the older ones, and Mario Kart because that hasn't fucked up yet. And it'd be really hard to fuck up that game, I think. So
Yeah.
yeah, Mario Kart and Mario Party. So it's good.
All right.
Let's go on to the next one. I'll answer this one because this is just a quick question to answer. I guess it's more directed towards me. Guitar/bass related question. Do you prefer active pickups or passive pickups?
I don't even know what those are.
I'll give you a quick rundown. Active pickups are pickups in a guitar or a bass that require a battery to operate a circuit board, because on the circuit board there is a 3 or a 4 band EQ. So you can basically sculpt the sound on your bass guitar through an EQ, as opposed to a passive bass guitar doesn't require a battery, but it only has a tone knob and a volume knob. So most passive guitars don't have the versatility of a preamp inside of it, whereas active bass guitars have that preamp installed in them, and they also usually have like a 3-band EQ. It just depends on the application. Depends on the style of music that you want to record or that you want to play. If you're playing metal, if you're playing, rock music or something like that, something that you want to have that very sort of like in-your-face sterile sound, active pickups are good for that. Most modern, productions are using active pickups now. If you're looking for something a little more raw, something that has a little more characteristic to it, you want like a P bass or a jazz bass or something like that on your recordings, or you want a Stratocaster or a Telecaster, those are all awesome examples of passive guitars that still sound great. So it just depends on the production. I have 2 bass guitars, one's an active and one's a passive, because I find it's versatile to have at least one of each. I have a passive electric guitar. I don't have an active one. An active electric guitar would be something with like EMGs in it or something like that. They sound great, but for me, I prefer the sound of a passive electric guitar over an active electric guitar. But I love having an active and a passive bass on hand, because I think they both sound so tonally different from each other that they can provide a lot of versatility in a recording or a performance. So that's my answer for that.
Okay. Another question for Matt. Alec Greer asked, Matt, will you actually make cookie soup one day?
Will I actually make cookie soup one day? I mean, I've made it before.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want me to just make a video of it? Do you want me to just be like, hey guys,
make it to Nathan.
Make it to Nathan. Hey Nathan, it's been 1 year since I've ever released anything on my YouTube. I decided to waste everyone's time, and for my name's sake, make cookie soup. Pour milk in a bowl, and go how to basic style and start grunting and making sexual noises and throwing shit all over the place and be like, I made cookie soup.
Wow.
Oh yeah, go Joey style. And be like, this is cookie soup, everyone.
I'm big!
Yeah, no, I should make my first song, and at the end of it, just be like, I'm big!
Or like really drag it out and zooming slowly, and like it's more demonic.
It's like tone down the pitches is happening. I'm big. Just going down. Fucking.
And keep it start adding as they pop all over the screen.
Well.
Yeah, I will make cookie soup one day and put it on video on my channel for all of you. That's my final answer.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, right. I was just you want it for $1 million. Yeah. Reed's filming back out of retirement.
And it's cardio.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You are right.
So,
all right.
You might as well was like, why are you sorry, Regis? What are you talking about? Why are you sorry? Are you upset I'm getting money? I'm just making fun.
Next question, Illusion Fox asks, is there any ever-evolving MMO/MMO-like game that you play? For me, Destiny. It's hashtag Rise of Iron hype.
Minecraft. I haven't played Minecraft in ages, so that's not my real answer.
I don't play MMOs because I'm not a loser.
Yeah. I was gonna say, to be honest, I've never really engaged in an MMO, like, to the point where, like, it was, like, occupying my life that much, I guess. I had always wished that, like, Skyrim and stuff like that were MMOs, because I thought, man, I'd be so much more submersed in games like that. But then, like, they came out with the Elder Scrolls Online game, and I thought it sucked. Because it was made by a completely different, like, game developer, and I was just like, this doesn't feel like Morrowind, and that never took off anyway. So, never was able to get into WoW. I tried playing Eve once, but I got destroyed immediately.
By the way, Saber, how's Legion?
I beat the first level. It's fun.
Levels?
No. You mean level up, but this isn't. He leveled up. What an awful episode. An awful show. No, it's good. I like it. I need to sit down and play it some more, but I've been busy, so I'll have to get around to it soon.
Let's see. Shyfro asks, what movies are you excited for that are coming out in 2017? So next year. What are?
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah, what is coming out next year? Oh yeah, The Beauty and the Beast live action movie.
Yay! That sounds fucking amazing.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 comes out, so that's probably gonna be cool. Oh yeah, Star Wars, Episode 8. That comes out next year. So does what's it? The Lego Batman movie, which is probably gonna be the best DC movie ever.
Which one?
The Lego Batman movie.
Oh, okay. That should be good. I mean, I really enjoyed the Lego movie. So, yeah. I think they were like, Batman's the funniest character in this movie. Let's give him his own movie. So hopefully it doesn't end up being total shit.
Yeah. From the trailers, it looks like it's going to be hilarious.
Right. Yeah. That's good.
Oh yeah, Cars 3 is coming out next year.
I might go to see that. I'm sorry, I still have a soft spot for Cars, even though the second one blew so much ass. I just don't care. I enjoy watching the visuals for the films. It's just so fucking pretty.
Oh my! Shh. You can hear Lammy sleep talking. Hold on, I'm gonna hold him. Shoot, my mic will pop out if I do. He's sleep talking. You can hear him going, Earth. Oh.
I don't hear anything.
Sorry, I looked down.
Interrupt my stream for this bullshit. This Russian bullshit.
Excuse me, this is much more important. Sorry. Go back to what you're saying.
I was just saying that I might go to see Cars 3. Even though I didn't like the second one. Like, see, and it's kind of unfair for me to say. It's not that I didn't like the second one. It's just that I found it really hard to watch because I don't like Mater. I don't think anyone does really. I think there's only so much Larry the Cable Guy anyone can take. But
I don't think he's even a real cable guy.
Because I mean, like I said, the visuals for the movie are just so pretty, and I love watching how they transform cars into living.
I went and reinvented myself. Well, Larry, tell us, what are you now? I'm Larry, the table guy. He did it. He's back at it.
Oh my God, Justice League is coming out next year too.
All right.
Oh yeah, and Marvel's Spider-Man movie, which should be good.
How many more Spider-Man movies did I have to come out with before they're just like, yep, we did it right. Let's leave it alone.
Yeah, well, this one's Marvel's too.
Somebody said that. I think it'd be funny if it started off where it just has Uncle Ben sitting in a chair. Like, it doesn't even fade. It just kind of pops. Whoop, there it is. You see Uncle Ben sitting in a chair. This criminal walks up, bang, shoots him, walks off screen. Spider-Man walks on screen. No! And then walks off screen. then the movie starts.
Yeah, title card, Spider-Man. Not even like a fancy intro. It just says Spider-Man.
No, you just see a box of Uncle Ben like rice like falling from a skyscraper. but the camera is actually like with the box of rice the entire way, and you just see it bang hit the ground and the rice go everywhere. Then Spider-Man.
This sounds like Italian Spider-Man.
Or a commercial for Uncle Ben.
All right. You guys have any more questions you want to answer?
I don't really see any on my end.
One of these questions we already answered at the beginning of the stream, so. This would be more a question for you guys. I mean, you both saw Sausage Party, right?
No, only I did.
Only you did. Well, the question is thoughts on what happened about the production of Sausage Party and the future of Vancouver.
Oh yeah, it's about like how the animators were treated on that project. Thing is, I don't know anything about like Canadian animation as far as like what happened with that studio, because it's like the studio's like Nitro, I think is the name of it, or Nitrogen Studios or something like that. And apparently like they had the animation done there in Vancouver, and I'm not sure, like apparently they weren't treated well. I don't know the entire story, like I said in my review, so I just hope they do eventually get what they deserve, because they did make a pretty good movie. So I don't know.
Sure. Well,
yeah,
I don't have much to say on the matter. Mostly because I'm not educated on it. I'm not seeing any of the questions on my end. So unless you guys have any questions, I throwing down my cards.
You fold.
Exodia.
Impossible. I fold. I'm done.
All
Okay.
Right. Well, Paleo, this is a fun one. Thank you for having us again.
Yes. This is the first thing on YouTube. We peaked at 102 viewers, apparently. I actually get to see like where we go up.
That's more than Dalmatians.
102 well, there actually is a movie called 102 Dalmatians.
Yeah, there is. So dumb. It's like, sequel. We need a sequel. Oh, I have an idea. Just add another one.
Yeah. Okay. So, that's it for the POS Podcast. First time on YouTube. We'll do it again in a couple weeks. Hopefully, Tom and Jim will be free, so we can actually have both of them on. But it was fun having you, Matt. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
So next time we'll talk about storks, I guess, because that comes out. And some other things. So, we'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye, everybody.
Subscribe to Saberspark and hit me up on my Patreon.